In this video, I'm going to show you a new sports betting model for soccer and show you a very simple exercise that you can do that's very easy to do that will drastically improve your sports handicapping and also help to improve your ability to build effective sports betting models. My name's MGCovers. Greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're watching this video for the first time, greatly appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Ton of content here related to sports betting. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I do something called Free Fridays. I give out all my lines for all sports on Fridays. MG Covers, cover spelled with the Z. There's a link in the description of this video so you can follow me over there so you get a ton of value. Simply follow me on Instagram. All right, so let's dive into this video. Soccer has been something that I wouldn't say I've struggled with, but I've never been able to turn a profit with it long term. I've went through a ton of different models, and this current model that I have, I know it's a really good model just based on experience to build models. However, what I believe is that I just need to tweak it and figure out a better way to cap it. So what I did was this exercise, and anybody can do this. So I looked at the model and then I forced myself to come up with 3 plays per day from the model, and also included a write-up, which sort of helped me organize my thoughts as well. And then how I based those plays was very simple. If you scroll down here, this was a video I made for coaching clients. So I applied the 3 concepts of value, and this is how I handicap, meaning if a line is minus 150 via our model, the books line's minus 110, we have value there. That would be an example of, also people refer to that as positive EV. And then also there's a concept I came up with called a 50-50 game, meaning let's say both teams are a favorite via my line. Then that means the books is going to make one the dog, the other team the favorite. If you're getting, say, plus 120 or greater, books line, ton of value there. That team has, at least a 50% chance of winning, and long term, that type of wager should be profitable. And then, of course, the play against concept. Let's say we have a line of a team that's, say, plus 200. Via my model, that team has a very low percentage chance of winning. Let's say their opposing team that they're playing against is, say, minus 110. So the way I figure that, hey, we'll only have to lay minus 110 on a team that's actually plus 200 via the model. And that's a play against concept. So when I would analyze games via the model, I would put them in one of these 3 categories. And then, of course, I would actually do a write-up and force myself, whether we had, 10 plays for the model, 12 plays, or 5 plays. I ended up picking 3 plays. And then also, you see here at the bottom, I ranked each play from best play to second best play to third best play. And you can see here this exercise. This was from April 24th. And again, first game right here, I graded this a 50-50 game based on numbers. And then I did some, what Bob McHugh, my mentor, would refer to as some subjective handicap. And I looked at form. Like this team has won, 3 out of the last 10 games, 5 losses. On the flip side, this team's been dominant at home that we were looking at playing. They've won 8 of the last 10. And I put in here, this team here has only won 1 of the last 5 overall. Best angle here is taking this team on the spread line. So I played a lot of spread lines. Next match, you can see here, this is a 50-50 game. And I played them on the spread as well. And then finally, this last game here, this is a typical value game. Our model had them priced at minus 138. We were actually getting plus 140. So a really, really strong value play there. So that's what I did. I did every single day. It was very difficult to do because some days it didn't feel like in a normal betting scenario I would actually wager on these games, but I actually forced myself to do this exercise. And you can do it for football, you can do it for baseball, you can do it for any sport, even if you have a basic model, or you just want to handicap it based on something simple, like maybe like form, or even maybe from a top-down perspective, like looking at line movement, etc. Okay, so I want to show you the results of doing this exercise, and I was actually surprised how well that I did. And so each day you can see I actually started this on 422. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We did it for 6 days. We ended up going 10-8, which is really good. And it was not positive as it was. A lot of this was this PSG match here was minus 244. So ended up minus 1.48 units. I tweaked this a little bit to play only home teams. I think it went 7-5 and was positive up 1.6 units. So simply by doing that exercise, I was able to create a positive way to handicap the model. Now, by doing this, and this is very important for building models, if you're somebody that's going to model, you need to constantly work on building models, making changes almost daily, and you will get better at this exercise. And that's why it's so important to take action. Less thinking. If you have a concept or an idea that you want to test, learn to build a model based on that concept. And of course, if you've never built models, it's difficult to do. You can watch some videos on my channel. I'll give you an idea of how to start and to create models. So anyway, so when I was doing this exercise, I noticed a trend in how I was handicapping, and I thought, and some of it was subjective, and I thought, well, what if I could take what I'm doing subjectively and actually turn it into an actual sports betting model? If you come over here, this is actually what I did. So if you look over here on the left, I assigned a numeric number to each team based on how the stats that I was using, sort of this subjective way, and then applying some of the old model. And then teams would have a specific number. And then I would calculate the difference between those numbers. And what I'm using is, if you look over here on the right-hand side, a lot of people are confused when I talk about this, but this is how you would calculate the differential. Look at this top one here. So if one team was -2 and the other team was +2, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, a 4-point differential. Okay. For example, Stuttgart here was +3. Their opponent was -4. That's a differential of 7. So Stuttgart would be at +7. Then I ranked each team based on the differential. So this team here was 9 and 7 and 6. I did a little bit of tweaking. Oops, let me put this on the correct tab. So what I did was I ranked each team from highest differential to lowest. And then what I found was on differentials of 6 or higher, they won at an extremely high rate. And you can see here it went 2-1 and it was basically a wash. We lost a play -2.13, and I could make some adjustments to where I only played, a certain number. But nonetheless, that was 2-1 that day. You look at 426, did the same exact thing. Look at the differentials from 6 and higher. It actually went 4-1. So that was a net of 3 units. And then I ran it again on 427, and we had a total of 11 plays and netted out 5.38 units. Now, in a realistic betting scenario, obviously I probably wouldn't lay -1250. I mean, you could. And again, I'm still sort of tweaking this model. But the important part or the big takeaway from this video is the fact that I had an idea, or I had a model that I knew was good. So I forced myself to use that model and come up with 3 plays per day. And I think this is a really good exercise. And if you're getting started in this business and you basically have no bankroll, it's a great way to improve, because what you can do, especially like you have baseball season going on right now, so you could handicap, come up with your 3 best plays. And then once you have those 3 plays, rank them from 1, 2, and 3, and then you get to see the results daily, and you can make adjustments as the season goes on. We have 4 months left of actually, good wagering for MLB. I wouldn't necessarily say it's great to wager that last month in September, but we still have May, June, July, and August. So it's a really good exercise you could do for that. And I may end up making some tweaks to this actual soccer model. But again, the point is I took action, and by taking action, it allowed me to create a new model, combining both models to, I think, something that's going to be even more positive and a lot better than what I currently have. So don't be afraid to take action, and then force yourself to have 3 plays each day, even if you're not wagering real money. Really good exercise. There's a link to join the description. In addition, all my coaching videos, all my plays, $100 a month. The best value, instead of paying $100 a month, you can pay $4.99 one time. That gives you access to everything on the website, all my plays, all the lines for all my sports, all the coaching videos. You get all that $4.99. It's like getting an associate's degree in sports betting. Link to join in the description box. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.